Let's get to the point with Michael Falato, Stone Oak Toastmasters, and the story of Johnny B Debtor. You can run, you cannot hide. Michael Falato.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests. I'd like to get optimal into the speech right away. I used to be a bill collector. I want to emphasize used to be a bill collector. The optimal excuse that you can all use when the bill collector calls you is, that's my father. I have to go upstairs and turn him. I'll see if he can talk today. The purpose of today's speech is to amuse you, to bring smiles to your face during our lunchtime, to share a chuckle or two, and also as an added value, to arm you with something to say to the dreaded bill collector when they call. Now, a lot of times they'll call at work for people that aren't even at the job anymore. Use one of these and have some fun with it. Now, I met Johnny when I was collecting on USAA gold cards. Now, I know I have one in my wallet. Here in San Antonio, I would imagine some of us are members of USAA also. Our relationship started, much like any bill collector-debtor relationship, a promise to pay money that never came. So I continually tried to get a hold of him on the phone. The very first time I got Johnny on the phone, I was taken back a bit because Johnny was a stutterer. He told me, Mr. Falls, I got your letter in the mail right here, and I'll send you a check Friday. Click. Very short. It was kind of a weak promise. So I got with my boss, who sits over to the left of me here, and he had these big, furry Simon Bar Sinister eyebrows. And he was short, so we'll call him Evil Eyebrow Boss. He told me, I had Johnny in my queue last month, and Johnny's not going to pay you. I said, we'll see how it pans out. Week goes by, no money comes. 2 weeks goes by, I'm calling. I get a voice on the other end of the phone, different than Johnny's. It was his big burly voice. Johnny's my brother. He owes me back rent. Good luck. Bang! Hangs the phone up on me. 2, 3, 4 weeks later, before I get anybody back on the phone, it's Johnny this time. Mr. Boss, I'm sorry. I did work out a deal with my brother. I signed my motorcycle over, and I can pay you now. I don't have to pay him rent anymore. And he hangs up the phone on me. A little bit better, but still kind of a weak promise. 2, 3 weeks goes by, no money. I'm calling. Then I get his big burly brother on the phone again. Johnny moved to Decatur, Georgia to study with the Reverend Fletcher. Hangs the phone up on me again. Short, evil eyebrow boss says, I told you Johnny wasn't going to pay you. I said, you know what? He can run, but he can't hide. So Johnny becomes a skip now. So skip tracing 101, bill collectors can find you. I know a few things about libraries because that's where I did my community service both times. So I called the reference desk at Decatur Library, Decatur, Georgia's library. And the first lady I got a hold of there, we'll just call her Evil Hick Librarian Lady because she told me outright, I ain't got no time for no bill collectors. Click, hangs the phone up on me. So I guess she was a debtor too. Now, a couple weeks goes by, I'm working Johnny's file again, and I figure maybe they have another library in Decatur, Georgia. So, luck has it, they had 2 to match the number of stop signs in town, I guess. I figure I'm going to take a different approach. So I put on my niceness charm, and that combined with the girl who answered the phone, this is what I heard. Decatur Library Reference Desk, this is Peaches. How may I help you today? I told her, I said, this is Mr. Falls from San Antonio. I'm coming to Decatur, Georgia next weekend. My friend was there last year, and he told me if I ever get down there, look for the Reverend Fletcher. He has a very moving sermon. She said, hold on a minute, sugar. I'll go get the Saturday paper. She goes over and gets the Saturday paper. She comes back and says, it's right here. Reverend Fletcher preaches at the Church of the Southern Holy Rollers right over on Carter Avenue. Thank you, ma'am. Have a blessed day. I call. Church of the Southern Holy Rollers, Reverend Fletcher, how may Jesus help you today? Reverend Fletcher, I'm looking for Johnny B Debtor. He's right here sitting across from me. Would you like to talk to him? Hands him the phone. So Johnny gets on there. Mr. Falls, I'm so sorry. I still have your envelope, but I will pay you. I know I'm not paying my brother rent anymore. He hangs the phone up. So, okay, he's making a promise in front of the preacher in the church. Nothing ever comes. They answer the phone at the church, though, so I get him back on the phone. Mr. Falls, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to cash some treasury notes in this week to pay some tuition. I might as well pay you too. So, okay, that's a stronger promise. He's cashing treasury notes in. Short, evil eyebrow bosses over here going, he ain't going to pay you. And I told him, I said, well, he can run, but he can't hide. Nothing ever comes. I get Reverend Fletcher back on the phone. Johnny moved. He enrolled in Harvard Seminary School. Okay, so short, evil eyebrow boss is just chuckling over in the corner. I call the burslar's office at Harvard Seminary School, and I get the phone number to the dorm hallway phone, 432-3244. Harvard's up there doing that, right? So I call, and she told me 7 o'clock was the best time to call him. So I'm calling at 7 o'clock that night. Ring, ring, ring. Guess who answers the phone? Johnny doesn't answer the phone. No, it was his roommate. He said, Johnny's in the shower. You want to call back in about 20 minutes? I'll let him know you're going to call. Okay, so 20 minutes later I call. Ring, ring, ring. Someone answers the phone. And I said, I'm looking for Johnny. There's nobody named Johnny here. I said, Johnny, it's Mr. Falls. I recognize your voice. You can run, but you can't hide. Then he tells me, Mr. Falls, second day here, we went to confession. I've said my penance, and I've been absolved. I cannot pay you. I said, no problem, Johnny. I'm going to go ahead and close your file uncollectible due to divine intervention. Mr. Toastmaster.